The Impossible Whopper is now available at Burger King. I thought it was called the Impossible Whopper because it is impossible that shit is actually good for you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of One Crazy Story. I'm your host, Nate Armbruster, and thanks for downloading, tuning in, being here, listening. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I'm all right. I didn't post an episode last Wednesday because I'm a moron, and I had some not really crazy stuff come up, but my mom called me a few weeks ago, and she needed some help just getting a bunch of shit done around her house. And I, like the good son I am, I went home and I helped her. I did everything. I painted a bedroom. I did some yard work. I mean, I went all out, man. I hustled. I painted a bedroom. First time I've ever painted a room. And let me tell you something, it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, anybody can just paint a room, but I mean, to do it, good job. You know what I mean? Like, it's especially if it's the only time, like, I mean, first of all, I'm a moron. Okay, so second, I feel like to do a good job, you gotta know, there's technique to a degree. I think so. Because I thought, I was like, yeah, man, I'll knock this out in an hour. And then I knock it out in an hour, and I'm like, that looks like shit. You can still see the paint. So, you just have to go over and over. And, but I did it. I got it done, ripped up some carpeting. Man, I was a man last week. I did man shit. I was a craftsman for 2 days. For 2 days, which is the most you'll ever get out of me for the most part. That was it. I was like, okay, I got all this shit done. I feel like I'm working on a house. What? You want to know how dumb I am? You want to know how really dumb I am is, all right, so I get to my mom's, right? She's already got everything. She goes, okay, here's everything. Just go do it. So I get into the room, and there was an open can of paint and an unopened can. So I go to the open one. I'm like, oh, okay, this looks about right. Start using it. And the thing is, both of them say, ceiling white, right? Or like pure white for the ceiling. And that's what she told me to use on the ceiling. So I started painting with the open can, right? I'm about 20 minutes in, and my mom comes into the room, and she goes, what are you doing? I was like, yeah, I'm just painting, and it's looking great. Like, so far, it's like coming in, it's whatever. And she goes, how come you're using that color? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I look, and I had been using the colored paint that was already used on the wall. So I essentially painted the whole trim. I spent a good 20 minutes, half hour of my day just painting the wrong color on the ceiling. And the thing is, because while it's wet, it looks kind of white, but it's like an off-white, gray, blue, whatever the color was. So it's like close enough. And I was like, yeah, I think that's right. I've never done this before. I'm such a fucking idiot. That's the kind of son she has. And can you believe that I was her best option to actually help her with this shit? But, I fixed it. I took an extra, I took the time. I went over it with the actual white paint, guys. I did. I don't half-ass it. I go all out. So made a couple trips to Home Depot as well, which is, they have everything. You could literally build a home. They have every item you need to build a home. That's wild. I've never really spent time at Home Depot, believe it or not. I'm I'm a millennial, I'm soft. I don't work on shit. My favorite part though is to go to Home Depot. And I don't know if it's just the customer service at this particular Home Depot, but, I walked in and I was looking for a cart. I needed a cart and I couldn't find one anywhere. Even this other lady was running around looking, and I'm like, are you looking for a cart too? Don't you love that when you have that kind of experience with a stranger where it's like we both are on a mission and then we kind of help each other? I'm like, all right, you go ask him. I'll ask him. We'll find a cart together. So she disappears, and I don't know where she went. And I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go find my own cart anyway. So I asked this guy, the first guy I see in the orange apron, right? I'm like, hey, do you guys have any carts around? He goes, yeah, I think there's a bunch outside. And he said it seriously, like, yeah, just fucking go outside and get one. I was like, okay. And here's how I am. Here's how I am. I don't like confrontation. So I just go, okay, thanks. Thanks for, like I overdo it. I'm like, thank you so much for your help. You're so kind. And what the fuck? In my head though, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how can you just say that to any customer? Really? He's like, yeah, just go outside and get the cart. You know what I mean? At least offer to go get it, right? Isn't that proper? Wouldn't that be the proper way to handle that? I don't know. But yeah, so the guy just tells me to go outside and find one. So I went, and sure enough, the cart I was going for grabbed around the corner, and it was the lady that we kind of bonded together. We both grabbed the same cart, and then I had to do the whole, no, you take it. And she's like, no, you take it. I'll go out into the abyss of the parking lot and find my own cart. I can't, I'll go by myself into this scary parking lot and find my own cart or whatever. And I was like, well, if you're going to act like that, I'll just take this cart then. And if you want to go find it, go find it. I don't care. I just need my shit. Sometimes I get caught in like a niceness competition, like a nice off, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the Midwest in me, but it's like, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. Okay, we're going to go back and forth. And by the time we're both done with this, we could have had every fucking cart corralled. You know what I mean? But it was a nice trip home. It's always nice to see the family. You know what I mean? Like, you got to make the rounds while you're in town. I didn't bring a car, though. I didn't drive. I took a Greyhound. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I take a Greyhound. I don't really hate it. Like, the mode of travel on a bus is fine. Sometimes you get in a filthy bus, and sometimes it's gross, but sometimes it's fine. It's just like, whatever. It's not like, I don't know what it is. It's just, sometimes it can be grimy and like gross, but I think sometimes it's just the other people. Like, this trip is the first time that I've dealt with like screaming children on the bus, right? Also, the family with the screaming children didn't speak English. And I know that because they spoke way too loud the entire ride home. And that's okay, but it's really hard to tell someone in English who most likely doesn't understand English that, hey, it's like 3 a.m. Maybe can you just be less loud? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to do that politely. I don't know. I just put in headphones and, tried to ignore it. That was whatever. That's what I've seen the most of lately, though. It's like I've seen people that are like, they're on the bus for like a trip and they're like excited. They're like, we're on vacation. Oh, we don't have to go to work for 2 weeks. Let's take the Greyhound. This is great. And like everybody else is like, shut the fuck up. This isn't fun. None of us want to be on this goddamn bus. We would rather be flying private, but we're poor. That's the vibe usually. The buses tend to run late. So lately it's been like, I don't know, they've been really full. Like, that's the thing I liked about the Greyhound is like not a lot of people took it, at least the routes that I take, right? They were always like half full. There was plenty of space. Now they're just packed. I don't get it. I don't know if they're up in their marketing or what. I can't figure it out, man. Because like nobody on the Greyhound wants to take the Greyhound usually. But how many people really have to? Like if it's your only, like, I don't know, the ride home, the bus I took home was, I got there 20 minutes before boarding, right? And that's when they suggest you get there. And any regular Greyhound traveler knows that you can get there at the time of departure and you'll just start boarding or be waiting another hour. And that's what happened. I stood in line. By the way, the line was out the door for this goddamn bus. And I was like, how is it this full? There's no way this many people is going to, so it was jam-packed, right? And I'm towards the end of the line. So I'm like, great, I'm going to have to sit next to somebody, which is always annoying. I guess it's just annoying. It's annoying for everybody. The person sitting next to you doesn't want to sit next to you. You don't want to sit next to them. Just stay out of my space. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crammed. It's uncomfortable. And there's 4 people in front of me, all of them wearing Yeezys. None of them know each other. If you know what Yeezys are, it's a $400 pair of shoes created by Kanye West. Good for the guy. Made a nice pair of shoes. That's cool. They're a collector's item. A lot of people love them. I don't know. I don't know anything about the sneaker culture, but I do know that if you can afford Yeezys, maybe you can splurge for the flight, I mean, I feel like if I had the kind of money to just spend $500 on a pair of shoes or $400, whatever it is, it's definitely something like that. It's somewhere in that range. I would just, buy a flight or just not take I don't know. I feel like I'd have other options, if that was the kind of money I was working with. But that's the Greyhound for you, you know? That's it. Who knows? Maybe they're saving money by taking the Greyhound so they can buy their second pair of Yeezys or something. Maybe they're actually budgeting. Maybe they're responsible. Maybe. Could be. Anyway, hey, have you guys liked the Facebook page yet, One Crazy Story, or followed me on Instagram at Nate Comedy at One Crazy Story? Go ahead and do that right now while you're listening. That'd be fantastic. And thanks for being here. As always, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, all the works, everything. Luminary, which is a new app that's everywhere. iHeartRadio, you can find it everywhere. So I would appreciate it if you just hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Maybe tell your friends about it, give it a like or a share on the old Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And leave a rating and review. It always helps the show. The podcast is still doing well in iTunes, so I appreciate whoever's listening over there. Thank you so much. I got to be honest with you guys. I kind of fell off the wagon lately. And not like anything bad, but just like, I was eating pretty good for a little bit, like eating healthy, making smart choices. Lately, I've been eating like a moron, and I got to stop. It's just about feeling good. I've been feeling like bloated and gross and just been eating like a moron. Just like greasy food, just nasty, fast food. I love fast food. I have such a weird relationship with fast food because like I'll go months without it. And then like there'll be a week where I'm like, did I eat Taco Bell 3 times this week? Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? You just kind of, it comes in waves for me. And, I try to, you got to dial it back. And, I have the mental capacity to make those choices like, okay, all right, I'm taking a break. The drive-thrus just made it easier than ever to get fast food, A lot of people would call that lazy. You're just lazy. You can't even get out of your car to get your food. It's like that kind of thing. Or like, I just think nobody in the drive-thru wants to be seen. It's like, okay, no one's going to notice me. I'm just going to pull up. They're going to give me the shit and we're out. You know what I mean? But really, I think the drive-thru has made me more aware and it's made me work harder for my food. I've never just gone through the drive-thru out of convenience. It's always been like a trip for me. Like I'm on the couch. It's late. I'm hungry. I don't have anything in the house. I could go to the grocery store, which is the same distance. But, I really want to hit the drive-thru right now. So what do? I get off the couch. I put on those shoes. I get in the car. I plug in my phone. It's only a 10-minute drive, but I still plug it in. And it's a trip, man. I make a trip out of it, right? That's harder work than making any. I could make a full course meal at 10:30 p.m. It's the same amount of work, man. You gotta get up. You gotta put on clothes. You gotta put on shoes. You gotta get your shit together just to get to and then you get there. And it's so funny. It's like you're at the Taco Bell drive-thru, right? If you say, give me a minute, then if you're like me and like say, just give me a minute, like what the fuck? How many times have you been to Taco Bell? Fast food employees should be allowed to tell you to fuck off if you say, give me just 1 minute. Like what? You don't know what you're going to get. Just fucking pick something, okay? Give me a minute. It's the same shit as always. Just say a word and we'll give you something, That's all. It's that easy. It takes a lot of work to get the drive-thru. You earn that burger. Enjoy the shit out of it, okay? And then tomorrow, reevaluate your decisions and, hopefully make better choices in the future. But you know what? Right now, fuck it. Enjoy your life. You could be doing heroin. You know what I mean? In some cases, I feel like heroin actually probably is as addictive as fast food, but I don't know. I'm just a moron with a podcast. I don't know anything. I saw that Burger King now has a vegan Whopper, the Impossible Burger, which I've had the Impossible Burger before, and it's actually really good. But I'm so curious about the Burger King Whopper Impossible Burger. I think I'm going to have to do it. I think I'm going to have to check it out for sure. Because here's the thing: is I'm interested in a vegan diet, right? It interests me. I don't know why, but I like it. I think it's kind of interesting because I know a lot of people who do it and they love it. But then I think the vegan that's getting Burger King, a Whopper from Burger King isn't a real vegan. They're like the type of vegan that's just doing it for Instagram. You know what I mean? I know a lot of vegans, and none of them have any interest in even trying fast food, even if it is vegan friendly, right? It's like, no, you're not. But I'm glad that vegans have the opportunity to fuck up just like normal humans, right? How many times have you been wasted, right? Late at night, and you go to Taco Bell, Burger King, whatever your choice, and you just regret it the next day. You're like, man, why did I eat that? Like, I shouldn't have done that. And you just get all depressed and sad about it. Vegans should be allowed to feel the same way, right? Get one of your vegan friends drunk, take them out, and then go, we're hitting Burger King on the way back. And they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. I could eat the Impossible Whopper. And then they eat it, and then you realize it's probably not really vegan by definition, right? You think Kyle, the 16-year-old that's hitting his vape pen, is really concerned about whether or not he keeps your Impossible Burger on the grill that's meant to be used for vegan patties only? No, he doesn't give a shit. So I guarantee you, you're definitely not getting a product that was entirely vegan, right? You can't be. I don't think so. I don't trust any fast food employees. And if you do, oh, God damn it. I wish I had the ability to trust people the way you do, because that is just so cute. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that anybody that works in fast food cares enough to think about your dietary needs. And then if you get mad at them, it's like, well, you're just also a psycho, because it's like, don't eat fast food and don't expect a good quality product from fast food. You know, it's just shit. It's all shit. And we eat it. I don't know why, but we do. But hey, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. That's all. Enjoy the shit out of it. And try not to do it as often. I guess that's all you can do. You know, just live your life. Also, I'm definitely going to try that Impossible Whopper, and I'll get back to you on Wednesday about that. Because I'm going to probably just go do it right now for lunch. I'm probably just going to go do it during the day, midday light, you know. Go out of my way to go to Burger King when I could have just went and bought a salad or, you know, bought stuff to make a salad. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I'm vegan. It's 2 p.m. at Burger King. No, a real vegan has snacks on them. Okay, they just have fucking almonds in their pocket at all times. They're not eating the Impossible Whopper. That shit sounds good, though. The Impossible Whopper really only exists for people who are just, like, fat as hell. And they're like, you know, I'm going to make a healthier choice tonight. I'm going to get the Impossible Whopper. Well, anyway, I'm going to go get that Whopper right now, guys. So thank you so much for listening, downloading, tuning in, whatever, subscribing. Tell your friends about it. Follow me on all the social media at One Crazy Story, at Nate Comedy. Email me at onecrazystory@gmail.com. Let me know what you're up to. And if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, or if you want to be on the show, or if you want me to talk about something on the show, I would love to interact. So that's it for this edition of One Crazy Story, and I'll talk to you soon.